Hi there, this is Freemasonry Report checking in. I have 3 ideas for you today that I want to share that are going to discuss ways to get your craft really excited about you being active in the lodge and getting them active in the lodge and making a real impact. I hope you enjoy. Okay, the first way that I want you guys to think about when you're looking to grow your lodge and get more people active and involved and get them motivated, number one thing I always recommend to do is don't take credit. Don't look for ways that you could sort of be the one saying, I came up with the idea. It was my leadership style. Never, never, ever take credit for something you did in the fraternity. Just take advantage of knowing that you're making positive things, positive strides to improve your actual local fraternity. If you're a past master, don't say, when I was master. Just leave that alone. Just give the current master and his regime the opportunity to really be successful in what they're trying to achieve for their given year. The person that has that individual that is always taking credit is coming across as disingenuous, which is something that you do not want to do. And a great leader doesn't need to take credit for anything. People just know, hey, I did an amazing job and these things got done. So by not taking credit and just sort of being like, hey, yep, I'm here to help out. I'm going to jump in and help out wherever you need me to help out. If you need me to step back, I'll step back. That goes so far. And it's so important to let the sitting team have successes, even if they're building off of successes from our previous year. Let them say like, hey, this is what we got accomplished in our year. So you don't need to take credit. If anything, give credit, point out people that are doing a good job, motivate them, inspire them to keep on doing good things for the fraternity. Idea number 3, really, really big, really, really important, that I think matters is sharing your vision. Okay, so you might be the past master of a lodge. Cool, no problem. Maybe you're the incoming master of a lodge. Awesome. Maybe you're just a officer that's actively involved and engaged in the lodge. Very cool. But you have a vision. You have an idea for the lodge. Now, the difference between a mission statement that the lodge has and the vision is somewhat varying, because the mission for every Mason is to make more Masons, make good men better. That's kind of obvious if you read your lodge charter or warrant on the lodge wall. That is something that you'll see clearly written. Now, obviously, if you're in a Masonic lodge that doesn't have a charter or warrant, you want to immediately go and find out where it's at and why it's not on the wall. That's super, super important. And I would say stop this video right now and start making those phone calls, because I can't imagine why you would not have one on the wall. Okay, so you want to start seeing dramatic improvements on what you're doing. That's totally awesome. I want to see that as well, and I want your lodge to be successful. But you have to keep in mind, it doesn't just happen. You need to actually have that vision and have that conversation with the vision throughout the course of the year, because brothers need to know that you're thinking about things, and you're thinking for yourself in a lot of ways, but you're trying to stay in line with whatever the plan of the year of the sitting Wurzel Master is right now. That is super important, but at the same time, you want to sort of say, I have an idea for the future. I want to get this accomplished. I want to get that accomplished. Maybe it's just improving something in the lodge that's fundamentally not working right. And that could be actually the floor needs to be squared away. Maybe it's redoing the parking lot. Maybe it's something much, much bigger. Or maybe it's at a point where your lodge is so old, the building, you might have to have the vision of saying, look, brothers, our goal is to actually make new Masons, and this building is falling apart around us, and it's not fixable. We may want to look at transitioning to a different style building that's newer and in better shape. That's a tough conversation, but when you have the vision for that, and you're sharing with the world, you're not hoarding the ideas, and you're not saying this is only me. This is now making it a group collaborative effort, and you're bringing everyone together to say, actually, that makes a lot of sense, and we should really do that. That's our idea. That's now becoming our vision, versus that's his vision, and you know what? That's not good. Let other people know about your vision, and they'll help make it become a reality, and they'll sort of say, hey, can I put this touch on it, this idea on it? And if you're willing to, yeah. If you're willing to let people in and take the idea and empower them to make their own little twists and spins on the vision, then you're actually creating a movement in your lodge. It's not a clique. These cliques are groups that are like kind of hardcore in their perspective, and they're just one way. A movement is much, much different because it's all encompassing, all inclusive. You're bringing people in. You want them to get engaged and involved. It's not toxic. It's proactive. It's not negative. It's positive. It's not pessimistic. It's optimistic. A movement has a different connotation. A movement is something that will actually outlive a clique, because even if you as a brother have this vision, but then you have to relocate for work, or maybe there's something that happens with your health and you no longer can sit in lodge, that movement will continue without you. Those brothers will continue taking that idea, that vision that you originally created years and years later, and say, we are still making these things happen. We are still achieving this game plan. And it could be something as saying, like, we're gonna make lodge improvements because we want to rent out the lodge for weddings and bat mitzvahs and birthday parties and Swiss 16s and quinceañeras. Those are awesome. But 10 years later, if you have a health issue and they're actually renting the lodge and they made the lodge improvements, your movement, your vision is still being achieved. So it's really, really important you take a step back and you say, okay, how can I get other people to help buy into this idea? What can I do? What can I say? How can I get them engaged? I know this is very in-depth. I'll probably write a blog article about it because I feel like there's more I can share, and I'm just constantly tossing good nuggets of information and wisdom at you. If you like these, I have my blog, which is freemasonryreport.com, and it's available all the time, 24 hours a day. I encourage everyone across the world to check in, read the articles. I have Freemasonry 101, Grand Lodge Reports, which is growing. I have Building a Better Fraternity section. I have gear reviews. I'm not doing that much right now on that, but I'm sort of talking a little bit about what finger you need to wear your ring on. I think that's something that's a very popular misconception of what's actually in your Grand Lodge's constitution or digest versus the mythos of what a brother might say of should the square and compass on your ring be pointed outwards or inwards. But maybe I'll do a video on that in the future. If you want me to do a video on that in the future, make a note at the end of this video. If it's on Facebook, you find me, or if it's on YouTube, say Freemasonry Report, make a video on the direct way, the proper way, the correct direction to actually wear a Masonic ring. With that being said, I hope you have a blessed day and take care. Be safe.